Alright, welcome back. Last time we had built all of this, and I've left it all connected. I haven't really changed anything except moving my microphone over there so it's out of my way, and you might be able to hear me a little bit better. Also, I think I have figured out where the levels need to be set, so hopefully we won't hear any more clipping. That was a little mysterious, but yeah, there was distortion. If the levels on the mixer just touch 0, I don't know why that should be the case, and it didn't matter where it was set on the camera, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, this is all still where I left it, because one of the things about analog modular, there is no memory. You can't really save a setting, so this is the memory, the front panel, all of these cable connections and the position of every knob. If you're working on a sound and you have something you like, you have to leave it set up until you're done, because as soon as you take this apart and move things, you probably are never going to get that same sound back again. Even if you take pictures of everything and copious notes and reproduce all of these knob positions exactly, then you might get close. But yeah, there's no built-in memory, so you can't save a patch. This is an advantage and a disadvantage. I mean, I like it because when you sit down with a clean slate, you have to basically create from scratch every time, and that prevents me from feeling like I'm getting stale. Oh, and I never mentioned in the previous video that I am mixing using this matrix that I built myself, woohoo, out of it's a bunch of pots inside an old VHS video case, and that is running into a little powered mixer over here that is feeding the camera, and I have my mic blended in through there. You may also notice, if you can even see it over here, the modules, the timing module that I talked about a couple videos ago has arrived. We will get into that when the time comes. That time is not now. For right now, well, and then I get back here, if you're wondering, these are more things that I made for specific purposes that I thought I would need, and we'll get into that stuff when the purpose arises in our process. Right now, this rhythm's kinda it's a little stale. I'm not entirely convinced by that metallic track, which is here and here. It's coming, the metallic noise from Noise Square going through Bastel Cinnamon. I was using the Bandpass filter. Bandpass allows a frequency band to pass through, and it cuts off all the frequencies above and below that little range. But there are other modes which I can access by plugging into other jacks. There's also high pass, which allows everything above the cutoff point to pass through. So when you turn it all the way down, it isn't really doing anything. It's just allowing all of the signal to pass. We'll turn that up so we can hear it. And then if I turn it up, only the highest frequencies are passing through. That sounds more cymbal-like to me. But turn the resonance down. A little subtler effect there. But what the resonance does is it boosts the signal at the cutoff point, which gives you more of a dramatic effect. So you can really hear that filter moving. Whereas with little or no resonance, it's still filtering, but you don't get that dramatic whoosh, that sound that really accentuates the cutoff frequency. And if we lengthen the envelope a little, sound more like a cymbal, maybe. Now I don't really think a low pass is going to be appropriate for this, but let's try it anyway, just to hear. Low pass is the opposite of the high pass. It cuts off the high frequencies and lets low frequencies pass through. This is the most popular filter mode in electronic music, the low pass. And you can also use it as kind of like almost like a VCA, where the low pass filter closes down. It'll mute the signal, and they call that a low pass gate. And you can use that in a similar way as using a VCA, because it's going to go, it'll have that filtery sweep effect to it. But the low pass filter leaves all of that low frequency in, and if this is supposed to sound like a cymbal, it's too rumbly. So let's check again my Bandpass. High pass. There's a subtle difference, but I kind of like this one a little better. And again, let's see if the character switches. Cinnamon has these weird switches that'll add like a goofy secondary wave, little distortion there. Maybe doesn't really. There's a second one, slightly different character. If I was going to use one of these, it would be the first one. And of course, Noise Square has other noises to offer us. If we're using the metallic, let's see which one. It's this one. There is also a square wave that it outputs. The pitch is adjustable up here. kind of interesting. Sort of boingy rubber band kind of sound. And then there is what they're calling a cowbell wave, which is the square wave plus another one set at a specific interval. Needs more cowbell, right? If I was using that, I might want to go back to Bandpass over here. Yeah, the problem with doing that, it sounds too much like the snare drum sound. And that's too much like a note. And if I'm gonna be adding melodic or harmonic content later, this might or might not work with it. So for now, I'm gonna stick with something noisy and switch this back to high pass. I think I liked that the best. Whoops, that's the wrong knob. I want to change the pitch of the metallic noise. Adjust the level of that, and it's a stereo position down here in the matrix mixer. And that's a little bit more interesting than what we had before. And holy cow, is it 13 minutes already? Well, I'll wrap this one up now then, because it's getting long.